If I Told the Truth, Part 1. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork by Sync_ on Instagram. You can find a link to their social media in the description box below. Not only is it gorgeous art, not just this drawing, but like everything they make, but also a super sweet person. Again, go give them all the likes, loves, hearts, comments, shares, follows, all that good stuff. Linked to them in the description box below. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mira. I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction, and you should subscribe. Hit that bell, hit the like button, leave a comment. And if you don't know what to comment, because it does help support the YouTube algorithm and the original content creator, which is me, put Luca knew why. Now then, please enjoy If I Told the Truth, Part 1. Lukanette as Vipereon. There was something about the way Ladybug looked at him that Vipereon couldn't shake off at the end of the Akuma fight. He knew better than to ask, and he wouldn't risk reversing time and throwing off a victory to know, but she confirmed his suspicion when Cat Noir collected his Miraculous instead of her. What battle raged behind her eyes when she looked at him? He couldn't figure it out. He'd thought she'd chosen him as either Adrian's replacement or because of his motivation for being akumatized the first time. He'd prefer the latter reason, of course, but all things considered, he couldn't be surprised if he came in second place to his sunshine best friend. It was hard not to be bitter about it, but Adrian was, truly, a good guy. He could see why Marinette and his friends liked him. Even if he wasn't, the heart can't always choose who it stabs itself for. The same way his couldn't help but bleed for Marinette. Well, perhaps that wasn't the right expression, but it sounded right to his ears. "Thanks again, man," Cat said, holding out his hand. "Yeah, sure thing." Luca slipped off the bracelet, already de-transformed whilst lost in thought, and handed it over. "Make sure he gets fed." "Will do." Cat's ring beeped, and he scurried away. Perhaps Cat would be someone he could talk to about his feelings. He was still sore over Marinette, and, while he wanted to wait for her to be comfortable, or simply choose him over Adrian, her actions left a chasm in his chest. He missed his guitar. It was his dearest companion, especially whilst thinking about Marinette. Trudging back home, Luca found rhythm in the flow of water beneath the boards, pulsing each new chord. Okay, perhaps that was a bit too poetic, but he did go to his room and pluck out a few chords, rocking to the rhythm until the pulse got disturbed by a dip into water. There was someone else on the boat. Luca, keeping a level head, set down his guitar and grabbed the bat. It was probably Mom or Julika or even Nino coming by for a chat, but one could never be too careful. He stood on his bed as footsteps approached, too unfamiliar pattern to be his family, and kept the bat raised, grateful for the corner element of surprise. A knock came from around the corner, and he exhaled, lowered the bat, and jumped off the bed to talk to his visitor. Ladybug. She looked about as surprised as he felt. "To what do I owe the pleasure?" he asked, dropping his bat against the wall. Someday he'd get a room with an actual door. She looked away without a greeting, clearly mulling something over. Luca sat on the bed, reclaiming his guitar, and started strumming. Sometimes it's easier to talk with background music to set the mood. Something light in a major key should do the trick. "Yes?" Ladybug pulled out the snake Miraculous and held it out. "How much do you want this?" "Could you be clearer?" The question shook him enough to stop strumming. I have something to tell you, but if I do, you can't ever have this.
A miraculous?
Yes.
Not just that one?
She sucked in a breath through her teeth. Yes.
Is this something you need to tell me, or just someone?
She cut herself off, expression darkening. I'm not sure.
Will it benefit either of us?
I'm not sure.
One of us?
Ladybug bit her lip, then nodded. It should.
Sorry, little buddy,
Luca said, reaching out to run his finger over the bracelet.
What's going on?
He gestured for her to sit next to him as she wrung her fingers. Thanks.
Take your time.
And that she did. Ladybug rocked her weight as she sat beside him. Okay. Well, she muttered. Spots off. Luca, until this moment, had thought it was hard to get surprised. He lived in a city with a supervillain, a flirtatious catboy, and was given temporary superpowers from the world-famous superhero and icon multiple times. So, even though it all clicked together in a moment, both the digs at his heart and why he was chosen for Miraculous from the start, he found himself without words in his mouth nor song in his heart when Ladybug melted into Marinette beside him. But, more importantly, she was crying. That's no good. And that weighed his heart down more than the shock of the moment. Hey now, he said, wrapping his jacket around her. Take a breath. Sorry, she gasped, trying and failing to maintain composure. I'm...
I can see that. You're awesome, Marinette.
She blinked a few times. Her tears stopped as she stared in surprise at his tease. Luca! She coughed. Her face streaked.
I mean it. You're awesome.
But He picked up his guitar again and started strumming.
Any requests?
He didn't have to look at her to know her jaw was on the floor. He had to process his reaction too, but he didn't want to talk about it in real time. The least he could do was not antagonize her for being responsible. You're... she began. Luca pursed his lips, then set the guitar to the side. Come here, he said, pulling her to his chest with one arm as he flung a blanket over with the other.
It's fort time.
He didn't ask if she'd told Cat Noir, and he didn't ask why she did this or what it meant for the two of them. Instead, he held her to his chest, listening to the beat in his chest until she reached up and held him back long enough for him to wonder if she'd cried herself to sleep as he rubbed her back. Oh, this girl. The weight of the world was on her shoulders, and the answer as to why floated in front of him. Looking at the little red bug hovering in front of him, Luca knew why Marinette hadn't told the truth. Thank you so much for listening. Part 2 will be out shortly. In the meantime, you can check out these other Miraculous Ladybug fanfictions for more content. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date, and I will catch you in the next one. If you're still listening, don't forget to smash that like button so Plaid gets his camembert, and leave a comment. And if you're not sure what to comment, put a little red bug. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!